Hey there, my wrestling gurus, and how's everyone doing? It's me, Team Rarai. I have a friend here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's Formatted Project.
Yes, it is. How you doing, Dave?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty damn good. There's two things we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss about the anniversary of Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace, and we're going to discuss the best moments of Survivor Series. But first, we're going to discuss about the anniversary of Eddie Guerrero. So, what's your greatest moments of Eddie Guerrero?
There's actually really so many. It's hard to pick exactly one, especially with the amount of matches too Eddie Guerrero had, and he was always so very funny. So, to me, most likely is time when he was looking to be WWE champion, especially to I think probably my top moment when he was able to become WWE champion and won it from Brock Lesnar. I think that's probably one of the best times too that I've enjoyed out of Eddie Guerrero. And probably my top favorite spot too as well. But like I said, there's just way so many to choose from.
Oh yeah, now for mine, at WrestleMania 20 when they beat Kurt Angle, great match, and the atmosphere was freaking awesome. Plus, at the end of the night, him and Chris Benoit hugged, and they both were champions, and a lot of confetti, and it was a great night for both of the guys, Dave. You know.
Oh yeah, that was a great moment there too.
Oh yeah, I have every single Eddie Guerrero DVD. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, actually for the most part I do, and then I have the 3 disc one, which is really awesome. Definitely worth to check out.
What's the best Eddie Guerrero DVD you have? What's the best one you think?
To me, since I really enjoyed the actual 3 disc one, I think that goes into a little bit more detail and it has a lot more matches, which I do enjoy. So, actually, probably over the weekend, I actually might be able to rewatch that just to check out more of Eddie Guerrero and everything and rewatch all that.
Yeah, I like the one that says "Lie, Cheat, and Steal." That's a great documentary about Vicky, the kids. You know, it's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think documentaries in wrestling, wrestling business these days are a lot better than the matches. You could get the matches any time of the week. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, it was very hard to get documentaries. Now these days, WWE is put them out each month or every other month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is actually a good thing. And then we got the latest one coming up about the company for WWE, the 50th anniversary. So that would be really awesome too.
Oh yeah. Do you have any Eddie Guerrero T-shirts you have at your home?
Honestly, I don't. I wish I would have had some. I probably won't be able to find them now, so it's going to be really rare. And I think I probably won't be able to find them on the internet, sadly. So I don't really have that. Just the DVD mainly of Eddie Guerrero.
Well, maybe you could look at eBay or the point of
I
shop.
probably could. Yeah, you have a point.
Oh yeah, maybe point to shop. I really want a show called. I mean, shirt called "I'm Your Poppy" because I know that was the hottest shirt. Plus, that's his last shirt. He had correct.
Yeah, that was his actual last heel run too that he's done. I think it was his only heel run for the moment. Well, actually, his second one. Honestly, yeah. So
What was his first? What was his first heel run again? What was his? What year was that one? The heel run.
that one, it was about I think like 2001 ish, something like that. I know it was around the Attitude Era, which is really cool. And then he actually brought back the other one around 2005, and then that was the last time when we saw him was actually when he was a heel.
Yeah. Now, do you like him as a heel or face, or does it really matter to you for you, Dave?
It really doesn't matter to me. I still enjoy Eddie Guerrero nonetheless, and I really was digging his heel character. I wish we would have seen more of it, and I wish he never passed away, but unfortunately that happened. But I thought it was going really well for him, and I really thought eventually he would have won the World Heavyweight title and everything, and things seemed to be going really well at that time, and Eddie Guerrero was definitely a crowd favorite, and he seemed to be going places, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of sad what happened because drugs and all good stuff. I mean, bad stuff, and they said it was out of the system, and I don't know how. I guess he got back in the system, right? Is that how it happened?
It was something like that, as bad scenario too. I really was actually broken when I heard that. So
Yeah.
it sucks that it had to happen like that. So yeah.
That's why Vicky Guerrero was back in the day, like '06. They keep promoting Eddie Guerrero's death. I mean, that's not a good thing, and then that's why Rey Mysterio was a world champion. I don't agree with that, but it's what it is. What it is. That's under the bridge. So does that really piss you off that how Eddie Guerrero, not Eddie Guerrero, how Rey Mysterio become champion in '06 at Mania that year?
Not so much. I mean, it was a nice tribute. Those two were former tag team champions together and really great friends. So it did, in a way, make sense too to have Rey Mysterio do that. So I wasn't really pissed off about it. I was a huge Rey Mysterio fan, and I still am. So at that time, I was fine with it. So if Eddie Guerrero did die, then I'm sure we probably would have had that match with Eddie Guerrero in it for that WrestleMania match and everything. I'm sure Eddie Guerrero probably would have won the Royal Rumble too at that point. So, I mean, honestly, it really didn't bother me all that much. So I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, now we're gonna discuss the pay per views coming up called Survivor Series, and I was a huge fan of Survivor Series when they actually have the tradition elimination matches. Now they don't do it as much. What's your thoughts on that, Dave? Does that really piss you off lately? You know, they don't do it as much like they used to. You know?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying, and it is tradition too to actually have the traditional Survivor Series tag team match. And with me, I think we might be able to get to see that. I feel like there is going to be more added to Survivor Series, and it really is a Survivor Series without those type of matches. And it actually made me really pretty nervous that we weren't almost going to have Survivor Series again with the rumors a long time ago, but I'm glad we still have that. So I think with the upcoming Survivor Series, we will get to see something like that again, and I think it's a definite must too, and it brings out a lot more to the actual pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Survivor Series, think of what's your best Survivor Series match from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You could think of some of them you really liked.
There has been a lot too. I do really enjoy it from the Survivor Series 2003, especially like where we had Shane McMahon and Kane, the old Stone Cold and as well versus Eric Bischoff team match, that Team Angle and Team Lesnar match, at least from that event and everything. So just to name that, and as well where we had the Shield actually debut too, that was really awesome. Um, there's just so many, I can't really think of the name of other matches off the top of my head as of right now. But just to name a few, especially from that Survivor Series that I mentioned, as well with the Shield debuting, I think that's some of the best stuff too, in my opinion.
Yes, I was there last year in Annapolis. Great debut of the Shield. I thought it was security guards, just part of the show, but from week after week, it was a new group called the Shield, and I was marking out, and a lot of wrestling fans were marking out too. Another great moment was, probably you remember this, or probably don't, is the greatest challenge Taker versus Hogan for the belt. That was an awesome moment.
That one I remember, yeah. That was a nice match.
Hell yeah, it was. That's when Taker became champion for the first time in his young career. 90, when Taker debuted in the Million Dollar Man team. Remember that?
Yeah, that one I remember.
I would just wish that we go back with the teams. It make more sense. And I remember whoever wins that match or who survive, and then later in the evening they have their own team back in the day. I don't know if you remember that. Probably not, right?
I'm not exactly too sure if I do remember something like that, but I know that for the most part, whoever did win the Survivor Series traditional tag team match was the sole survivor of their team and everything. So I do know that much, but that was actually an interesting fact that you did bring up too.
Yep, and then because they have for example, Hogan's team won and Warriors team, then they teamed up later in the evening, and then whoever survived that earlier in the night will go against Hogan and Warrior. And I wish they did it, but that's in the past, and this is the future. Are you looking forward to the Survivor Series so far? Are you looking forward to the card?
Honestly, so far I am. I still feel like I said too, with the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and as well the Wyatt family match. I feel like we might get that 12 on 12 Survivor Series tag team match. So I think there's still going to be more added there. I don't think that's just a tag team match for tonight. So it seems a little bit weird to me. So hopefully maybe something more will come out of that. And for the rest of the pay per view, so far I am looking forward for it, and we'll have to see exactly how things are going to be turning out. So I will most likely order it too.
Would you like to go to the Survivor Series if it comes in your area in the future, Dave?
I would hope, yeah, I would hopefully like to actually have that happen, but it's only a matter of time to see what will happen with that, since WWE comes like every once in a while here to my area. So I would love a pay per view. That would be awesome. We had SmackDown here last year, right after Hell in a Cell. I don't know. Hopefully, sometime that would be really awesome. I would like that.
You live in like in New York City area, correct?
Not at the moment. I do live in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area.
Oh, okay. Do they use that stadium, the Charlotte Coliseum? Do they still use that building?
Yeah, they still use it. They actually used it last week before they went on the tour for SmackDown.
You know what? Why they don't go to Raw?
They do go to Raw every once in a while. Yeah,
They do.
they just switch it up sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For live Raw or just for house show only?
Well, they do both.
Okay.
They do the live events and as well the actual regular tapings too.
When the last time that Charlotte hosted the pay per view? Probably been a while, huh?
It has been a while, but they do that as well, from what I know. Yeah.
I think the last time that Charlotte hosted the pay per view was Judgment Day 03. Was that the last time?
I'm pretty sure they did it more before that, but I could be wrong, so that's something I would have to look into.
Because I was there and it was a beautiful city. I love that area.
Yeah, Charlotte's a really nice area. I definitely recommend that.
Do you think WrestleMania will ever host a Charlotte?
I would like that. That'd be really cool. I don't think it would be in that building. It'd probably be where the Panthers are, since the WWE likes to actually go to those type of arenas. So
How
if they could do that, that'd be really awesome, and
How-
I will most likely go to.
how far is the Carolina Panther Stadium from your home?
For me, it's really about like 3 hours.
Oh, that's not bad, really.
That's really close.
I mean, driving wise, or probably driving wise, right?
Yeah, driving wise, it's 3 hours, and if you're gonna go by plane, it's like an hour.
Does the Boston fan live out there, or does he really live in Boston?
He lives a little bit further up from me.
Okay, so I don't know if WrestleMania ever comes to Charlotte, do you think he will able to drive out there by you?
I'm pretty sure, most likely. I don't see why not anyway.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
What else I want to say? Another thing, I know it had nothing to do with the Survivor Series, or we discussed it earlier. Do you think Punk will ever become a world champion or WWE champion very soon, by the time this year's over, or no?
I'm pretty sure there's a high chance of that happening. I think it would most likely happen probably around WrestleMania 30.
Okay.
I know we might have the championships be unified again, so I'm probably thinking maybe CM Punk will cross paths with Daniel Bryan again, and then with Randy and there in the mix, maybe have a triple threat match, or maybe we'll have Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. So those are the chances that might most likely happen for WrestleMania 30, but then again, anything can happen at this point.
Oh yeah. Speaking of unified belts, are you down with that, or you don't want this to happen? Do you?
I don't have a problem with it. We haven't seen this in a long time, too. The last time that I remember seeing it was in 2001, like right before the brand split actually happened. So that was like the last time that we did get to see it. So I'm actually looking forward to actually probably having this happen. I wouldn't mind it. It would be cool for the younger fans too, as well, who didn't get to see that. And I think it'll work since we don't have the brand split anymore, and it would make sense and add a lot more to it, and maybe have some new feuds, and just adding all those type of elements would be interesting too.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, because there's no reason have two champions on two different shows, because for example, Randy Orton is on Raw, Randy Orton's on SmackDown, Dolph's on Raw, Dolph's on SmackDown. You know, that's just an example, you know what I'm saying? So it's not really reason to have two champions on two shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I think that's why having the unified championships, especially to having the world and WWE championships back together again, would do a lot more. So I think that'd be fine.
I know nobody will agree with us, but everyone have their own opinion. Yeah, we haven't seen it since '01 when Y2J won it. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then if it does happen, he won't be the only undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see your point.
And then maybe I don't know what. I wish they really get new tag team belts. At first, when they done it in the beginning, when they first debuted the belts, when Bret Hart brought them out, I liked them. Now, it's time for a new look again. You know?
Yeah, maybe they might actually have it where it'd be just one undisputed title, have it that way, or maybe just show both of the titles. Either way, it's fine with me.
Yeah. What else? I just hopefully Survivor Series is good. I don't want no disappointment show. You know what I'm saying? Like a letdown. You know?
Yeah, I think it'll be worth it. Hopefully, we get some more matches soon this week too, as well. I'm pretty sure of that.
Now, do you think? I know this sounds silly. Do you think Undertaker will make a surprise because that's his anniversary? That's Survivor Series. You know?
Yeah, that's true. It probably most likely won't be able to happen, but I would like to see that happen, especially too with Survivor Series being the place where The Undertaker debuted and everything. So I'm not too sure exactly what Survivors we're at right now, celebrating it wise, but I don't know. We'll probably most likely see The Undertaker around WrestleMania time
Yeah.
again.
I
So
don't. I
same,
don't. Yeah, I don't know when the last time that Undertaker was at Survivor Series. I think it's been a couple years already, hasn't it?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to be around Survivor Series. Maybe like a mini time. I think if W was smart, let him make appearance at the Rumble. Then you could build up like a match and a feud towards Mania. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be around Phil like they usually do like the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Dave.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
But I don't think WWE wants to go in that direction, or maybe Taker don't want to show up at Rumble. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have anything to say before we sign off?
Other than that, nothing really, since there's not much news really to really talk about and everything. I did want to bring up to a point where I didn't really get to talk about, and I'm not too sure if you're familiar with Cassius Ono. I'm
No,
not too sure.
no.
Yeah, recently he did have a release, and he's basically indie star, and he's looking to be doing that again. And he was on NXT, and he was really good. So recently he did get let go from the WWE, which I thought pretty much sucks. So hopefully we will get to see him back. I would love to see him on the main roster. He had a really great match with William Regal. You should definitely check out too. So you'll probably see more matches out of him too in the Indies. So that's one of the other things I really wanted to touch bases on too.
That's cool. Speaking of NXT, don't you think NXT should be on TV instead of on internet?
Yeah, I think it should be on both, most likely. I think we would get to see it on TV, I'm hoping soon, but with the network looking to really try and make a comeback, I don't know if it'll be on there. I hope, especially too, if the network does become available and we can see it for free, or at least see it on a different network too, like a regular local TV network, like maybe CW or something like that. I think NXT would be good, maybe on the weekends on a local network like that. So I really enjoy it, and it's really good stuff, and it's really great for new stars to be able to try and make a name for themselves and look to really be on the main roster as well.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Okay, this is your friend Team Rara signing off. You got anything to say? Again, you want to get any quick shout outs, Dave?
Yeah, just definitely keep on subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't, definitely go check that out as well. Definitely go check me out on Twitter, which is at DaveRivera1989, and thank you so much for having me on the show, man.
Oh, no problem. Anyone, if you want to be on my show, just let me know on Twitter, and we can make arrangements. So that's it for me and my friend Dave. Check out Dave's channel. He does some good stuff. Check out my stuff. I do a lot of stuff besides wrestling. So that's it. Have a good one, and rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. We still miss you. Goodbye, everyone.